Imagine a man whose quiet eyes hid a storm of resentment so fierce it outlasted decades. A grudge aimed at one woman above all others. He never raised his voice, never caused a scene, but those closest to him knew. She was the only co-star he truly despised. What could drive a gentle soul to carry that weight until his final breath? He came into the world on a warm September day in 1913, in a small Arkansas town known for its healing waters. Life dealt him a cruel hand early, his father gone before he could form memories, leaving a grieving mother to scrape by for her boy. They drifted west to California, chasing whispers of opportunity amid the choking dust of the Great Depression. Money was tight, dreams were fragile, but something inside him refused to break. School became his escape. He sliced through pool water like a knife, pounded the track until his lungs burned. Teachers noticed the focus in his stare, the way he carried himself with a discipline beyond his years. Handsome in a subtle way, compact frame, sharp features, eyes the color of a winter sky, he seemed destined for more than gas pumps and grocery aisles. Those odd jobs paid the rent while he chased roles in radio booths and dusty theaters. Hollywood in the late 30s was a brutal arena, packed with hungry dreamers. At barely 5'6", he heard the whispers, too short for the heroic mold. Yet that very difference would one day set him apart. Persistence cracked the door. Tiny parts in forgettable pictures led to something bigger in 1942, a chilling killer in a noir thriller opposite Blonde Siren. Critics sat up straight. Audiences leaned forward. His anti-hero wasn't loud or flashy. He simmered, coiled, ready to strike. Overnight, he became a name. The 40s and 50s belonged to him, gritty mysteries, tense dramas, one blockbuster after another. He reunited with that same leading lady for more hits, their chemistry electric even when the scripts turned dark. Men wanted to stand like him. Women melted at the vulnerability flickering beneath the steel. Then came the role that etched him into legend. A lone drifter in a sprawling western, trying to outrun the blood on his hands. He wore the part like a second skin, minimal words, maximum weight. That final ride into the sunset, a child's desperate cry echoing behind him, still breaks hearts 70 years later. The picture is hailed as a masterpiece. His performance, the quiet heartbeat at its core. But the 60s brought change. Tastes shifted, younger faces crowded the screen. He kept working solid parts, respected turns, but the spotlight dimmed. Behind the camera, shadows lengthened. Depression clung to him like damp fog. Sleep evaded him. Doubt whispered louder than praise. Fame's glare felt like judgment, and he retreated inward, leaning harder on the bottle as the years wore on. Love tried to anchor him. First came a high school sweetheart, married in a simple ceremony back when hope felt easy. They welcomed a son in 1937, a bright spot amid uncertain auditions. The boy would grow up to green light galaxies and monsters, reshaping cinema from the producer's chair. But young marriage buckled under Hollywood's pressure. 5 years in, they parted quietly, just as the actor's star began to rise. His ex slipped from the public eye, remarried, gone too soon in 57. Rebound came swift and strategic. In 42, he wed a former actress turned powerhouse agent, someone who believed in his talent before the world did. Their Mexican ceremony raised eyebrows. His divorce wasn't final. They fixed the paperwork stateside that summer. She brought a daughter into the fold. He raised the girl as his own. War called him away Army service. Letters home aching with homesickness for a wife and newborn girl he'd yet to hold. Another son followed after the peace. 4 kids total, a dynasty in the making, each touching show business in their own way. If this story touches your heart, please share it. Yet even a stable home couldn't shield him from every storm. Enter the woman who'd ignite a quiet inferno, a graceful, iron-willed star famous for battling studios and winning. Their collaboration was brief, explosive, unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. He called her brilliant, and added under his breath that a single day on set with her felt like serving a life sentence. She demanded take after take, chasing emotional truth with a ferocity that left him drained. He preferred one crisp pass, instinct over dissection. Where she saw passion, he saw chaos. Crews tiptoed around the tension. Even silent scenes crackled. She found him walled off, impossible to read. He found her exhausting, a whirlwind that sucked the air from the room. Deeper cuts surfaced. Height had always been his private wound, careful camera angles, shorter leading ladies. She towered in heels, angled lights to favor her elegance. Whether deliberate or not, he felt diminished, lines forgotten while he worried about framing. Offset, civility was a thin veneer. At parties, he kept distance. She dismissed him with a barb that traveled back to sting. Small man, every sense of the word. He never forgot it. That time marched on. She collected Oscars for sweeping dramas. He rode into cinematic immortality on horseback. Decades later, friends still heard the edge in his voice when her name surfaced. He'd go still, shake his head. Anyone but her. Most leading ladies earned warm memories, fiery redheads, cool blondes, legends all. Her? A tense jaw, a clipped sentence. She pushed me to be better. Hated every second. Their clash was more than ego. It was philosophy. He believed less could say more. She believed truth demanded everything. Two perfectionists, zero compromise. The friction sharpened both, yet left a scar that never faded. January 1964. A knee injury sent him to Palm Springs for rest, for quiet. Morning of the 29th, his butler checked in, actor asleep, breathing steady. Afternoon return. Stillness where life had been. The man who'd faced down killers on screen slipped away alone, bottle and pills on the nightstand. Questions lingering in the desert air. His legacy endures stoic heroes. Whispered dialogue, a child's plea echoing across generations. The grudge? It died with him, unspoken in obituaries, alive only in the memories of those who loved him. Proof that even icons carry private battles, that brilliance and bitterness can share the same heart. If his journey moved you, hit like, subscribe, share the story, let the quiet gunslinger ride again. Asterisk.